T- is an Australian-based company that designs and manufactures t-shirts. Our shirts are all carbon neutral, sloganised and trendy, and currently demand outstrip supply. It is our mission to create on-trend, sustainable and environmentally responsible products. We are currently developing a strategy to outsource the manufacture of our product to compete internationally, with a current focus on Bangladesh. International expansion allows the firm to capture economies of scale. Less saturated foreign markets provide companies with the means to maintain and expand distribution and gain overall market share by exploiting their current stock of assets. Companies with valuable transaction-based relationships can realize internalization benefits, avoid market failure, circumvent trade barriers, and ethical dilemmas. Expanding into established and emerging international economies, we may take advantage of country-specific resources and form mutually beneficial transaction-based relationships. Advantages of international expansion include spreading common and central overheads over several nations, a greater reinvestment rate, learning from international business and social experiences, and access to cheaper and idiosyncratic resources in foreign countries. By 2050, it is predicted BRIC countries will be among the foremost dominant economies globally. It is prudent to consider investing in expansion to these countries in the early stages of expansion. Similarly, the next 11 countries identified by Goldman Sachs will impact the world's economy in terms of infrastructure, urbanization, human capital and technology, and should also be considered for expansion. T- has an established Australian presence. We are a small but popular country expanding internationally for the first time. Currently, we do not have the finances to enter an international market through mergers or acquisitions. Ideally, our company will form an alliance with a manufacturing company in Bangladesh. Given time, trust, and economic growth, we may develop an international joint venture. This creates a fast skill upgrade and pull strength. By forming an alliance, we as a small international company are able to gain a foothold in the local market. Forming a joint business venture allows for fantastic acculturalization, team building, and flexible skills and communication. In order to achieve critical success, there must be autonomy from the hub in Melbourne, decentralisation, a long courtship period, and sufficient harmonisation of management styles. Forming a partnership with a company in Bangladesh, despite an inability to limit access to information and high switching costs, has the benefit of forming a profitable relationship with an entrenched party in Bangladesh who possess advantages in the textile industries and advanced manufacturing technology. If trust for a venture is not able to be formed initially, our alliance still has these benefits. Exportation alone gives lower labour and general production costs. If we enter into an exporting arrangement, we require only a basic division structure. This is common with manufacturing firms. By exporting to Bangladesh, our environmental focus is mirrored. Bangladesh, as a developing next 11 country, is focused on environmental improvement and lower carbon emission. Similarly, while expanding, research and development will help acutely target fresh demographics. An international division structure assures focus on the top management tier. Advantages to this include a unified approach to international operations. It is a good structure to adopt while still in the early stages of international business operations. However, this creates a division between domestic and international managers. Similarly, it is difficult to form strategies constantly and easily on an international basis. At the moment, we focus on a top-down approach. The production department in Bangladesh will operate autonomously, with supervision, improving efficiency and making it possible to carry out manufacturing activities without disruption. This decentralized structure allows for high levels of specialization and trust development. Through independence, it will be possible for the production manager and administrators in the respective functional units to monitor their activities effectively. T- has developed a functional organisational structure taking into consideration Bangladesh's proficient manufacturing skills and a marketing learning practice in Australia. By splitting production and marketing into separate divisions, both foreign and domestic, we are able to help take advantage of country-specific resources and create a high level of specialisation under proper planning and in line with our vision. The organisational structure utilises people with different cultural backgrounds but similar skills, thus developing a highly creative business environment. In addition, by expanding internationally, we will be able to access skill sets otherwise absent to us at all levels of work. The functional organisational structure of T- will also serve the same purpose in Bangladesh as it does Australia, ensuring high productivity of the firm. Cultural differences are shaped by our environment and experiences. Every person is ethnocentric to varying degrees. T-, however, will try to maintain a polycentric predisposition where our strategic decisions are tailored to the interests of international basis. Predominant issues include language, etiquette, religion, and cultural context. Regional business etiquette will be respected, as will religious issues. Differences in communication and negotiation can lead to a lack of trust and clarity. They, like different ways of communication and negotiation, are influenced by cultural and social factors. In order to manage the challenges of communication and negotiation, both sides need to better understand each other and build trust to avoid misunderstanding or lack of trust. We will have an extensive trust-building phase and ongoing exercises in cultural understanding. Communication and coordination is managed by qualitative direct controls initially to potentially become a more indirect method of control as trust builds and we expand further. Strategically, as we will try to be domestically responsive, we have external controls and are customer-oriented. There will be a joint synergy between the subsidiary manufacturer in Bangladesh and the Australian headquarters. A decentralised organisational structure is best to work with the demands of the local people in Bangladesh. This way, decisions are diffused through the entire company, where middle and lower level managers in Bangladesh may make key decisions. This should encourage cooperation with Bangladesh workers and hopefully create a higher company loyalty. A decentralised model is also better in the long term in consideration of emerging technology. It is important to understand that cultures differ globally. There can be numerous different cultures within a single country, and it is important to understand that. In order to meet cultural differences between our company and Bangladesh, we need to be able to forge cooperative relationships between executives, including using several channels of communication to interact and by being adaptive and willing to learn, listen, and compromise. Australia has a smaller power distance than Bangladesh, meaning Bangladesh is more likely to accept power discrepancies and professional inequality than Australia. Australia also has a higher sense of individualism, at 90 compared to 20. This means that we will need to focus on developing a structured work environment in Bangladesh. By manufacturing in Bangladesh, we will introduce several new employment opportunities for locals. It is a developing country with a high importance placed on job prospects. T- will work with the communities and authorities to integrate and provide work. It will also provide work on all levels of organisation, including managerial roles both internationally and locally. The Bangladeshi local community will be highly anxious about the environmental pollution our manufacturing produces. Bangladesh has taken various steps for protecting its natural environment from being polluted, and people there consider entry of new businesses to be the pollution of the environment. We will try to mitigate concerns by recycling waste through the right channels and using biodegradable products where possible. T- will also need to source for equipment and facilities that least pollute the environment.